going on, my friends, my family, my fellow gamers? This is your boy Porter Rock 77, and I got great, amazing news about the PlayStation 5. Now, this isn't one of those rumors or leak specs or anything like that. This is factual information straight from the horse's mouth. Mark Cerny, who's the lead architecture for the PlayStation 5, he was in an interview from Wire.com, and I'll post the link, and he gave outright snippets of the PlayStation 5, which is amazing initial information. It's pretty good, all right? It's very good on the stuff that he talked about, all right? Again, this isn't rumors, this isn't leaked, this isn't insider information, this is straight from the horse's mouth. So, Mark Cerny in an interview said there is no 2019 launch. PlayStation 5 will not be launching this year. That's it. They didn't mention when it's going to launch, but at least we know it's not this year, all right? So you can forget about that one. A number of studios already have the dev kits. Games are already being made on this architecture, so that's good. Mark Cerny is the lead architecture. If some of you should already be familiar, Mark Cerny was the one who Sony hired to build the PlayStation 4 to transition from PowerPC to x86 architecture, right? So now he's in the lead for this one. Now, confirmed. This is confirmed information. This is straight from Mark Cerny. Again, this is not leaked rumors or inside information. He confirmed that the PlayStation 5 will have the AMD Ryzen 7nm Zen 2 CPU core, right? And it's going to have a custom GPU based on the Navi architecture. So yes, it's confirmed for Mark Cerny. Zen 2 Ryzen, Navi architecture GPU. Now the specific specs of those items, he didn't talk about it, but at least we know what family of architecture we'll be dealing with, all right? It will support ray tracing, and it says it can support up to 8K graphics, all right? Doesn't say if it's checkerboarding and this stuff. He didn't go into details, but they're aiming to support 8K. But he did mention in the interview that they know there's not a lot of 8K televisions out there. So 4K, it sounds like 4K will be the main focus, but the PlayStation is capable, the PlayStation 5 is capable of 8K. He didn't mention any talks about frame rates or anything like that. Now, some things that a lot of us didn't know or didn't even have a clue, like it wasn't even talked about in these supposedly leaked videos that we've been seeing on YouTube. They're talking about custom 3D audio chip. So there's a custom 3D audio chip to truly bring out the best experience, a dramatic audio experience. According to Mark Cerny, the developer or the engineers were kind of disappointed that there wasn't a very big jump between PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 in terms of the audio quality of these games. So now they put a big focus on that. So they're saying the audio experience of these next generation games will be amazing. And I could appreciate that. If any of you played Hellblade, with the headphones and how the game is, sound does create an amazing immersive experience if you do it the right way. So Mark Cerny and his team actually putting a nice good focus on that to bring out the best audio experience in these games. I like that. I like the sound of that, right? No PlayStation VR details in this. They tried the interviewer from Wire.com tried to bring something out. Mark Cerny didn't mention anything. But he did mention that the PlayStation 5 confirmed will have a standard hard drive that's solid state device. So these PlayStation 5 will be SSD. It will not be the normal hard drives, disk drives that we normally get. But the focus isn't just because of faster loading times for menu and stuff like that. He wants the games to be rendered quicker. He says with the SSD, the game worlds will be rendered faster and the character movement will be faster. In the interview, they talk about Spider-Man 4, and he demonstrated the PlayStation Pro version versus what's on the dev kit. And there was a scene, a particular area that took 15 seconds to load on the PlayStation Pro. On the dev kit, 0.9 seconds to load the same exact area, you know. That's phenomenal. And in their eyes, they're going beyond just faster loading screens and loading menus, and just booting up the game faster. They're talking about the world itself being rendered faster to improve character speed. Now, think how much of an impact that would have in games, especially for you multiplayer heads, right? Imagine the next Call of Duties and the Battlefields and first-person shooters, where characters move so much faster, so much more accurate. That could drastically improve gameplay, especially for the big multiplayer. I mean, hell, football, NBA, baseball, characters and worlds rendered that fast and characters move that fast, you could see a huge impact in gameplay. That is next generation to me. It's not just graphics and particle effects and even 8K. That right there, for me, that right there, that SSD drive and what they're trying to push to render the world faster, get characters to move faster, that changes gameplay. It improves gameplay dramatically. That's next generation to me right there. That's a next gen console. I like that, right? What else is another word? Oh, so physical media. PlayStation 5 will still support physical media. So all of you that were afraid of it's going to be digital only, the end of physical is coming, dead it. Done. The conversation's over. If you see any videos or any dumb idiots still talking about that Sony's line is going to be physical, whatever, just cut them off. Don't even bother, right? I already knew it was never going to be digital only. I knew it's always going to have physical media, and I will tell you why. This is the obvious reason. If for anything else, money. Do you know how many PlayStation 4 physical discs has been sold this gen? Just because a lot of people bought digital doesn't mean nobody bought physical. Millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of physical base games have been sold, okay? And here's the thing. None of those games will disappear. Even at the launch of the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4 physical disc will still be available. Therefore, they still need to be sold. Therefore, if the PlayStation 5 is backwards compatible, I have to mention that. PlayStation 5 will be backwards compatible to PlayStation 4. Another thing that's been confirmed by Mark Cerny. Again, confirmed. PlayStation 4 will be playable on the PlayStation 5. But this goes back to the whole money thing. If there's PlayStation 4 disc out there on the shelves, why would Sony screw themselves over and not have a disc drive to where people can still buy? Sony gets money, developers get money from those PlayStation 4 disc sales and play them on your PlayStation 5. It financially doesn't make sense not to have a disc drive with all those physical based content. You know what I'm saying? And why would you cut out consumers that still want physical games? You know, you can still do both. You want to appease the digital crowd? They can still get their games digitally, and the physical crowd still get their games physically. And you can still sell PlayStation 4 games onto the PlayStation 5 because it's backwards compatible. So now, all those naysayers, if you're listening to anybody, just cut them off. Don't even bother. They're speaking nonsense. Okay? And then, he also mentioned that in the beginning part of the generation, the developer is going to be a soft transition, meaning you're still going to have games. Games will still be released for both platforms. You're not going to see right from the jump nothing but PlayStation 5 games and a complete cutoff of the PlayStation 4, which makes sense. PlayStation 4, it will still be the biggest audience in gaming. 100 million people are not going to transition to PlayStation 5 like that day one. It's going to be a slow transition, Sure, PlayStation 5 will build up, but many people will stay on their PlayStation 4 for a long time until they're ready to move on to the PlayStation 5. It's going to be a slow transition, The road to 100 million is going to be a slow build-up. So they're going to cater to both audiences, those that are still staying on PlayStation 4 and those that are transitioning to PlayStation 5. So it's going to be a couple of years before that. Now, it'll probably be a little bit easier because PlayStation 5 will be backwards compatible to PlayStation 4. So those of you that are ready to jump, you'll still jump to your PlayStation 5. You'll play your PlayStation 5 games. And then there's going to be some companies that probably won't make PlayStation 5 games because it's too expensive or whatever. They'll probably only make PlayStation 4, whatever. You'll still get access to those games. So regardless, it's going to be a soft transition. So we already know that. And then finally, PS Now. No talks of PS Now. Mark Cerny did not mention anything about PS Now, so that's in the back burner. Right? But there you go. That's the factual information of PlayStation 5. No leaks, no insider rumor, nothing. Straight up. So we got, just to chop it down, Navi, confirmed. Zen 2, confirmed. PS4 backwards compatibility. PS5 backwards compatibility PS4 games, confirmed. 3D audio, to dramatically improve the sound, confirmed. Solid state drive, to not just improve loading times, but to improve the rendering of the worlds and the speed of the characters, confirmed, all right? Supports 8K, confirmed. Man, this is 2019. Will not launch in 2019. Confirmed. I mean, this is all great information. And maybe I skipped this, but no PSVR details. But he said there is some talks of next generation PlayStation VR. I think there will be, but he didn't talk about that. And that's it. That's the quick video. Great snippet, great information. I'll put the link in the description box or where the interview so you can see more details where he talks. But all of this is confirmed from Mark Cerny, the lead architecture. So we don't need no more leaked videos or insiders, to which half of them were wrong anyway. All right, you You guys take care. This is your boy Porter Rock 77. Hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe. I'll be posting more videos. And if you're wondering where I'm at, I'm here in the hotel, just doing what I do and traveling the world. All right. Anyway, you guys take care. Peace.